Of course, Chad is one of the most affected countries by the ongoing conflict in Sudan, with the Central African nation receiving thousands of refugees fleeing the war in Sudan. Fighting between the Sudanese military and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces have killed hundreds, injured thousands, and displaced over 1 million people from Sudan. Humanitarian aid agencies have been providing much-needed assistance for the affected people in the camps, and there are also plans to give counseling to the refugees. Here is more details of that in this report.
Chad has witnessed one of the highest influx of refugees since the conflict in Sudan broke out in April this year. The fighting between the military and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces has killed hundreds, injured thousands, and displaced over 1 million people from Sudan. Many of them have fled to safer parts of the North African nation. Tens of thousands have, however, crossed into neighboring Chad. Most of them have been psychologically scarred by their experiences.
The Janjaweed militia attacked our village early in the morning. They killed livestock and burned down houses. 62 people died in that attack. We fled and crossed over into Chad. The men went back into the village to collect the things that were not destroyed by the Janjaweed. Out of those men, 11 were captured by the militia. They cut off their arms, their legs, and gouged out their eyes.
There were dead bodies everywhere. My family and I kept walking for 3 days.
Those are just some of the stories that these men, women, and children have carried with them into Chad. The experiences have drastically changed their lives, not just geographically, but mentally and emotionally too.
A lot of them become numb because you can't just believe what has happened. So you lose sense of feelings that are supposed to be expressed in a normal way. A lot of them will experience a lot of nightmares at night. They're sleeping and they're having all this that is coming back, etc. And of course, as we're saying, that it's going to be very personal in a very different way, depending on other factors, for example, previous experience, or being a child, or being an adult, or being that. A lot of them feel helpless. Everybody has been affected. So who helps who?
Humanitarian aid agencies are providing much-needed essentials such as water, food, and shelter to those in the camps. There are also plans to give counseling to the refugees. Mental health practitioners say such help should be tailored to meet each individual's needs.
As an adult, at least I have this, I can be able to recognize things that have happened. I can think rationally. My cognitive experience is already expanded, and therefore I know what's happening. I know that people are fighting or things are happening, and therefore experience for me and for a child is different. For children, they're just confused. They don't understand what is going on. Most of them don't even know what emotions to express. Most are very scared. And you see them regress a lot of time. And
it's been a rough start for many of the refugees. They have to rebuild their lives all over the country, surrounded by strangers, people they now have to forge new relationships with. Mental health practitioners say in most emergencies, such as in conflicts or disasters, emotional needs are often overlooked. They insist psych support is central process.
In refugee saying is that we need a lot of support in terms of health support, physical health support. Religion is also
for many of those who conflict in Sudan, the journey of rebuilding their lives will be long and difficult, but one that can be made much easier through improved mental health care. Penina Karibe,